Good morning, all. Um, I thought that it would be a good idea to end the year with a live broadcast. Kind of to be able to wrap up what were my plans for this past year and what I managed to accomplish and what is still to be done. I have been really fortunate to meet a lot of people. Hi, Tina. Hi, Tipunet. Who really, really enlightened my life. There were good times and there were bad times, and actually, the bad times were mostly due to health issues, be there my health issues or be there the health issues of my pets. Hi, Lynn. Um, but to start with, so as I said in my presentations online, no, I'm not leaving. Where should I leave? I'm just wrapping up the year. Um, in most of my presentation pages online, I said that, yeah, I have been an artist all my life. And since I was a kid, like people say, yeah, all my life. Yeah, I was all my life. I mean, I was a precocious child. I started walking and talking when I was 8.5 months old. And I was really apparently gifted. Two when I started drawing, three when I started writing. So that made my parents get me into art school. It was not, it was kind of like an after hours type of art school. So I was going in the morning to the regular school, and then in the evening, 3 times a week, I was going to the art school. And I went through 8 years of art school. But the thing is that you have to understand sometimes you start and evaluate your possibilities. And it was obvious for me when I was a young adult that artistry will not be the one to ensure my daily living, because it takes a while to make a name. And even if I had won quite a few awards and prizes at various art contests, it takes quite a number of years before you can establish yourself as an artist and are able to live from the proceedings of your art. So I just went ahead with career. And I went to the University of Bucharest. I got several majors. It was a different type of learning. You have to think that Romania was a communist country. We could not really choose. We had a mandatory, and we were going to school 6 days a week, not 5. Hi, Teresa. So to make the long story short, I was more career driven, and yes, I was still doing art, but it was not my main purpose in life. I did, you name it, painting, watercolor, oil, gouache, pastels. I did sculpting in regular clay, in even in stone, in wood, in whatever could be carved. I was carving it. I mean, I still remember talking about experience from my childhood. I was in a primary school when I completely blew away my teacher because I had a little piece of chalk on my desk and I had a needle. And during the class, I had made a little rose out of that piece of chalk. So, anyway, as I said, I was still doing art, but it was not the main focus in my life. Um, Also, because of Romania being communist, we did not have a lot of ability to have all the good stuff that the West had. And for example, I only got in contact with polymer clay after the anti-communist revolution of December 1989. So it was sometime in spring 1990, I think it was, that I first got my hands on polymer clay, and I was blown away. And it took a while before the actual books and instructions from the West made their way to Eastern Europe, because it was a slow penetration of the Western art. You have to think that we were behind the Iron Curtain, so it was not much of the depraved West that was reaching us. And I had to pretty much study myself and discover myself new techniques. And I felt very good when I saw, when the books finally started making their ways to Eastern Europe, that wow, I had discovered what the Western artists were doing. So I said, yeah, I'm on the good way. But I'm going to just kind of not get you, because for goodness sakes, I'll be 57 soon. I'm not going to tell you the whole story of my life. But anyway, so in 99, I came to the US. And again, I had to, well, for a while, I had a little bit more time because my husband didn't let me start working right away. He said, you need to first adjust. So I did quite a bit of art, but it was mostly in the oil painting thing. And I remember my father-in-law got me a full kit of oil paints and an easel and a lot of canvases. And oh my God, I was so thrilled. But anyway, then I started working, and then because I divorced, I had to support myself. So again, was the thing with an artist takes a while to establish. But nevertheless, at one point, I know in 2003 and 2004, I was still with my husband, and he got moved from Tinker Air Force Base to Laughlin Air Force Base. And that's Southwest Texas, right on the border. And the thing was that being a town on the border, uh, most of the jobs were not exceptionally well paid, and they required bilingual. Well, I do speak a little bit of Spanish, and you've seen I'm polylingual. I mean, I speak French. Um, I kind of forgot Italian, but I'm not really bad at it. I understand Russian, I understand Bulgarian, I understand Slovakian. And in Spanish, I know enough Spanish to not get lost and to be able to. But anyway, the thing was that if I would have gotten a job of what could be found, it would have pushed us into the next tax bracket, and we would have actually lost money. So what I did, I started actually teaching art classes at the local community center, and I participated in a few art galleries, local art galleries. I became part of the artist guild, local artist guild. And yeah, I did get a couple awards, but then after the divorce, I came back to Oklahoma City, and it was again trying to be able to sustain myself. So there was not much room for art, but I was still doing it. And then after a while, after I came back, I started vending at local venues. So I started also making jewelry, and I started making more art so I could vend it. But then when I got into the black hole, that's how I call it, I was in December 2013 when my father died, and then a lot of very, very ugly things happened with my family and stuff. And that is where, because of everything that was going on, I just couldn't create anymore. I just could not. I was trying to, but I could not. And I was already disabled. I was fighting to get on disability. I finally got the disability in 2014. And it took a long time. It took until about February this year. And I just kept watching videos, and As I said before, it was watching mostly Gail Thompson and Teresa Pandora Salgado that I started feeling the need to create again. And to be honest, I also watched a few other channels, and I was like, hey, I can do better than that. But anyway, and then my best friend one day, she was like, you know what, you know how to do so much stuff. Why don't you start teaching people? Because I'm sure that they won't mind if you won't be able one day to do something. And I said, okay, so this is how I started this channel and the blog first, and then I put up the website and I started the Facebook page. So, and it went pretty good. I mean, I can say that I am thrilled, considering the fact that I only relied on my knowledge as um, because yeah, to go back a little bit, I'm a nerd. Okay, I've been working with computers since 1975. At the time, the computers were about as big as my house, and they were working with punch cards. And I still remember that the first thing that I learned how to do it was to actually do my name in binary, to have my card that the computer would recognize me. Um, but there was a time back when, about 10 years ago, I think. Yeah, no, even more, about 15 years ago, when I was making a decent income on the side by making websites for people and making, search engine optimization and all kinds of other little coding, little adaptations and design, because I do computer graphics as well and animations and videos and all kinds of stuff. And I relied only on my knowledge of search engine optimization to promote my channel. You all know that I'm on disability, so I don't have a lot of money to invest in advertising and promoting and buying likes and buying subscribers and buying views. And my forecast was 2,000. I was aiming for 2,000 subscribers by the end of the first year. And I have a little bit over 36,100. So it's almost double my initial goal. So yes, I am really, really thrilled. Um, the only things what got me back was the fact that not long after I had started, about 2 months after I started the channel, I got hit by a whole bunch of fatigue. I have a lot of long-term, lifetime side effects from the cancer treatment. And it was really bad. I mean, I was almost narcoleptic. So I would plan to do something and then I couldn't because I just fall asleep. And for someone who has been an active person all her life, number one, disability really hit me hard. Um, and then also, I never liked to sleep. I always went by with 4 or 5 hours of sleep because for me, sleep is a waste of life. So when I was sleeping about 18, 19 hours out of 24, yeah, did not leave a lot of room. So when I started getting a little bit better, you all know the whole thing with the pets started. And if I was able to create while I was tired, that was one thing. But once the pets started coming down with all kinds of stuff, that's when again I started being a little bit everything I would touch, I would ruin. But fortunately, grace to your invaluable help, the pets got better. Both cats got well. And if you've read my updates, I am absolutely thrilled because Whisper, who has been diagnosed initially, it wasn't sure if he has, excuse me, Cushing's or liver cancer. Excuse me. After many tests, it was determined that he doesn't have Cushing, so he has liver cancer. And his liver enzymes were through the roof, and they told me that he only has a few months more to live. So in November, after switching vets, I started him on a special liver cancer diet and on CBD oil and everything. And we had yesterday his liver enzymes tested after 6 weeks of being on the new diet and on the new treatment. And his liver enzymes were like anywhere from 4 to, I don't know, 8 times higher than normal. And of the three, one is only about 2.5 times as normal. One is slightly more elevated than the accepted higher range, normal higher range. And the third one is in normal levels. So he went from having only a few months to live to uh, the high chance of a normal lifespan. So that would be at least another 3 years of him being with me, because whippets live around 15 years. So yeah, and the vet was absolutely thrilled when I talked to her on the phone last evening. She was like, "Whatever you're doing, it works fabulously." And she said she was going to start, because she has a dog with the liver disease too. She was going to start giving CBD oil to her dog as well, and recommend it to all her patients. So to make the long story short of the whole wrapping up, yeah, I, even if I had a lot of drawbacks and a lot of setbacks, I am way over my initial planning and forecast and everything. Yes, I would love to not be so fatigued, because believe me, if I go grocery shopping, that day is lost for me. If I have a doctor's appointment, that day is lost for me. But overall, I can say that it's not bad. And this would answer some of the, because I got a lot of questions, and some were almost, honestly, they were almost insulting. That is the reason why you don't have that many pieces on my website. There are quite a bit put in the store and in the photo gallery, but number one, do I have a lot of pieces made? I have quite a bit. Do I have a lot of pieces that need finishing? More than quite a bit. Do I have a lot of pieces that need photographed and uploaded to the website? More than quite a bit. So yeah, you don't see everything, just because I am too tired after I do a tutorial and I work on some stuff. I'm too tired to whip up my camera, because when you're trying to take photos, it's not like you click and that's it. You need to do it in a good way, so your pieces would look good. And then it takes, uploading. And the other thing is that tutorials, if you want to make them right, they take time. And it's not just the time of taping the tutorial per se. Because with taping the tutorial, depending on what you're doing the tutorial about, there's a lot of waiting time, because you need to wait for that paint to dry. You need to bake something, and then you need to wait for it to cool off so you can work on it. You need to sand, you need to buff, you need to varnish, and then wait for the varnish to uh, dry so you can manipulate the piece and finish it. But then comes the phase of actually editing the video, because believe me, if artists would not edit those tutorial videos, you'll probably watch like 3 or 4 hours and you'll lose patience. Pretty much for every 10 minutes that you see in one of my tutorials, that would be at least 2 hours of work. So, and then when it's the case of the tutorials and materials that I make for my sponsors, then there is some extra work, because I post that on my website. There's a sponsors only membership, and they have the choice of either watching the videos or downloading the videos. But because I have to make it in such a way that everybody can use those videos no matter of the device and the operating system they are using, then I have to go through another process of actually translating the files into universally recognized format, and all that. So, or like it was for the movies I'm preparing for Amazon. Yeah, I'm preparing two more. The Malachi tutorial is already on Amazon. You can watch it at any time, and I priced it fairly low. But on that one, it requires, God, that one took me about 2 days to make it conformly to Amazon requirements, because they have a whole bunch of requirements. Hi, Roman. Um, so yeah, that's a lot, and that cuts in my time of working on other stuff. And the other issue is that I cannot be on this chair too much, because when I'm going into a little bit of TMI here, but when I had after the mastectomy, when I had the breast reconstruction, they used muscles from my back. And they didn't realize that being a former athlete, because yes, I also was a gymnast, being a former athlete, my that muscle they used was very developed and was helping holding my torso upright. So the remaining muscles cannot really compensate. So if I sit on the chair for longer than an hour, I get horrible muscle spasms and I need to go lay down. Uh, I'm sorry, Roman. I'm going to try and actually do this mostly in English. There's not a lot of French listeners right now. Um, so that is another setback. So I would have days in which, yeah, I work and I don't get fatigued, but then I have to go lay down because I cannot sit anymore, and I don't want to go. I am really unhappy about the fact that I have to take opiate pain control. I hate opiates. And I'm trying to get by with the smallest dosage. I cannot wait for our beloved Oklahoma government to approve medical marijuana for two reasons. Because I know that I'm part of a online community of breast cancer patients and survivors, and I think we are nearing 200,000 members now. And all the ladies on that forum who have used medical marijuana for pain control, because it, see, when you're doing so many surgeries and they cut so many nerves, there's a lot of post-surgery pain that lasts for the rest of your life. So a lot of the breast cancer patients, survivors, do have chronic pain. And they all said, all the ladies who are using medical marijuana are saying that it controls the pain way better and it doesn't give you that. I know that people go for the opiates for the high, but I hate that dizziness thing. To me, it reminds me of the time when I was in a coma after a car wreck. So, and it also makes me nauseous. But the second thing is that marijuana has been proven to stop cancer tumors from growing and actually shrink them. So, when you had invasive cancer and you also live with some suspicious spots that keep appearing on the scans, um, it feels good to know that you're taking something that even if it's metastasis, it's going to keep them under control. So that would be the second reason. But again, I don't want to take too much, because if I would take the prescribed dose, I would spend my life in a daze doing nothing. That's not a life. I want to be able to do something. So I take exactly as much as I need to kind of, make the pain bearable. So yeah, I'm living my life in pain, but with the pain management, I managed to keep it under at a bearable level, But still, when I sit for too long in this chair, it becomes unbearable, and I don't want to have to take more pills, so I just have to go lay down. And that's another setback from me being able to do everything that I want to do, you know. And the other thing that I want to touch, and I know that on that I'm one of the worst, um, when it comes to sponsorship. I have been fortunate to have as my sponsors a wonderful group of ladies. And I can be only exceptionally grateful to them because honestly, I do the sponsorship just because being on disability, that's a fairly limited income. And the fairly limited income is because of my own stupidity, because I did not apply when I should have applied. So when they calculate your disability, they go back 5 years from the date you apply, and they calculate on the income you had within those 5 years. They make an average yearly, and so until I be retirement age and be able to switch to normal retirement, it's a low income. So it doesn't allow me to have a lot of money to buy polymer clay and to buy all kinds of, media to test with and all that. When I started, I still had about 2 drawerfuls of clay from way back before I got into the black hole, and I worked hard and conditioned it and used that. But right now, because of the my sponsor ladies and because of all the wonderful people who have been fulfilling my Amazon wish list, I am able to make very little budgetary effort to purchase the materials that I need for the tutorials, and I don't have to cut much in other expenses. And I am really bad because I know other artists always tell you, remind you every video and every, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget, and they show you all the perks, and I forget. Just because it's not so bad anymore about trying to scrounge up for money. Um, yeah, that would be great, Teresa. If I could, yeah, I would. Um, so it's not on my mind all the time. I forget. I simply forget. So yeah, it would be nice if I would have a few more sponsors that I wouldn't have to cut back on anything to purchase my supplies. But what I wanted to say, another thing I wanted to say, even if, and some of my sponsors told me that I give my sponsors way more rewards than most of the other artists. The ladies who sponsor me are not in for the rewards. They are in to support me so I can make public tutorials, essentially. So I don't have to worry about buying the materials to make the public tutorials. Because, yeah, it doesn't look like much, especially because if you noticed, I'm not one of those artists who uses insane amounts of clay to and materials to do something. I am quite, budgeting my stuff. The thing is that you don't see how much material is used while I'm trying several techniques, and I'm trying to do something and to see how that works on how the other thing works. What you see in a tutorial is usually anywhere from 1/4 to 1/5 of the total material used to prepare to get to that um, specific um technique tutorial for that specific technique. And so yeah, I am exceptionally grateful to all my sponsors, and be they the monthly sponsors or the people who have purchased items from my Amazon wish list. The other thing that I'm also very thankful for you all, because it's a kind of like I help you, you help me thing. Um, as I have announced before, and you know that for about I think a month now, I have been accepted as an Amazon influencer. So I have an Amazon influencer store, and believe me that I will tell them, Teresa, of your thanks. Um, I am going every morning and I am searching all kinds of deals and trying to put in my Amazon influencer store. I'm also, while watching other artists' videos, I'm seeing what kind of materials they are using, and if there's something that I don't have in my Amazon influencer store, I would just go and I would search until I can find one that's got a good price to add it. And that way, I'm trying to make it so that if you want to buy and if you need to buy something, you can just click on my influencer store and then find it and be sure that it's something that has been researched for price. Even if sometimes the prices can fluctuate from one day to another, and I do go and check from time to time to make sure that they didn't go up. But and the other thing is, some of the items that I'm putting in my influencer store are items that I have tested and I have tried, or items that are very similar to what I have tested and I have tried, and I know that they were good. Or it's some knockoff that I find of something that's more expensive, because especially for beginners when you just start, um, I did a list on my website. You can find there an article that says getting started, and it explains to how to start, with what you have around the house, and then slowly start buying what the other things that you need. But there are a lot of these items that, even if they are knockoffs and they are cheaper, it would help a beginner until they manage to, go out there. So in the switching again to another subject, in what I have shown in my YouTube channel, I tried to pretty much cover a wide um, range of interests, because I am looking always at the analytics on my channel. And as I said before, my highest, from the demographic point of view, my highest audience is ladies between 45 and 65. So the majority of my tutorials will be also about all kinds of solutions you can find, because generally, us women, as we age, we start having all kinds of problems, especially with our hands and with arthritis. So in a lot of my videos, you will find solutions on how to do something easier without a lot of pain. And also, I try to do a diversity, to have something that would be for beginners, to have something that would be for people who are like more intermediate, and to have something that would be for more advanced people, what's called masterclass. And that term was actually coined by the Russian artists. Um, and also, I'm trying to have things that tutorials that would benefit people who actually make a living out of selling the jewelry they make. So uh, it would show them how to do something faster. Oui, Sylvie, ça va très bien. Merci. C'est un petit résumé de l'année qui est passée. But also try to do tutorials for people who do things for their own and their own hobby. And what I am very thrilled about too is that I got quite a number of messages from various ladies who, especially around my age, who thanked me because they also are disabled and they have all kinds of health issues. And I encouraged them because they saw me being able to do all these things, even with all the health issues I have. So they started trying to do it themselves, and they were able to do it. And it's a wonderful feeling because it makes you feel that you have a purpose, that you can do something, because that's the worst thing when you become disabled, when you see that you cannot do most of the stuff that you used to do. So I will not talk much about the next year. I will talk about the next year plans next week on Saturday. But remember, if you have anything that you need to ask me, and if you need any kind of advice, and if you need any kind of answer to any kind of question, yes, it is a wonderful therapy to create. It makes you feel useful. And I actually explained that in the video I made way back with the compassion movement. Um, so what was I saying? Yeah, that it won't be a clay with me Sunday tomorrow because everybody needs, a little bit of break. And I am actually preparing a New Year gift for you. I just received yesterday because I gifted to myself. It was something that I wanted so much, so much. C'est seulement de ce que j'ai fait dans la dernière année. C'est tout. Tu sais ce que j'ai fait. C'est pas. Et je sais, je dis au revoir à l'année qui passe. And okay, I'm getting interrupted, and it's my chemo brain that's I still have. Oh yeah, so I gifted to myself Tiny Pandora's color kit. So my New Year gift for you will be a color that I am trying to bring a new facet of a technique, because it's actually a mokumegane, but it's a little bit different mokumegane. And remember, I told you when I did the whole mokumegane series that there's a lot more that I can teach you in mokumegane, but they are little things. Hi, hello. Um, so and then there would be also, because I've been talking to Teresa and we've been trying, there will be also a faux gemstone that I will be showing you a tutorial in the first week, hopefully. That's a Botswana agate, and this one I made a palm version of it, and it will be on the collar, and after which I will show you the the tutorial. This one is a white one, but I'm making different color ones. And merci beaucoup, Sylvie. So I will be working hard to bring you that color. It's a winter color. I really liked Pandora's idea with the, I think it was called Ice Queen. So I'm making a winter spirit. It will be different than hers, of course. It will not be cane work. It will be another technique with a little twist. And I hope you will like it. And it's not very hard to make. You can make it. And I'll post first the color, and then I will post the tutorial on the Botswana agate. But also, hopefully, you will have to see, because on the first, we will announce the winners of the Imagine contest. Sorry, I have the sniffles all of a sudden. Um, we will have the winners of the Imagine contest, and after the contest is over, Teresa Barnes' entry was her tutorial on how to make tiger's eye, and she's allowing me to demo it, but we will have to find. Oh, thank you so much. We are going to have to find a time because I want to demo it, but I want her to show me, so we'll be Skyping. And while I am doing the tutorial, she will be overseeing me. Just a second. Okay, it's gone. It was a sneeze. Um, so you will have that as soon as we can do that after the first, after we announce the Imagine contest. And I have to thank to Trish from Polyclay Play. I know that a lot of you are complaining that she's out of Pardo. She will not be out of Pardo for long. She took a short vacation. She takes once a year a short vacation, and she's a one-man store. But she took a vacation between Christmas and the New Year. But I can assure you she will be bringing more Pardo as soon as she gets back. So don't worry, you will find Pardo with her. It's not like, because if she has a lot of demand, she can bring a lot of it. So, no, I don't. Je crois pas que je suis malade. Je crois que c'est autre chose. C'est, j'ai des allergies. J'ai pas utilisé mon spray pour le nez ce matin. Yeah, I have some allergies, some weird allergies, and normally I should use my Flonase in the morning, and I forgot. I have these weird forgetfulnesses, like yesterday. Normally I turn down the thermostat when I go to bed, and then I turn it back up in the morning. I cannot do it unprogrammable because I never wake up at the same time or go to bed at the same time. And yesterday morning, I was like, oh my God, why am I so cold? Maybe I caught a cold. And then I realized I forgot to turn the thermostat back up. But yeah, talking of which, just a little warning. Theoretically, we are not supposed to get a lot of precipitation, just a little bit of freezing drizzle today. But we are expecting the Arctic cold front to come, and it's already hit. It's here, but it will be. You do? Yeah, she is absolutely, and she supported the Imagine contest a lot. So I am absolutely thrilled that I found her. I had so many bad experience with other online polymer clay vendors that anyway, I'm so happy that I found her. So as I was saying, we are supposed to have, the worst will be tomorrow night and the New Year's Day. And actually, let me tell you in Celsius, as in Fahrenheit, we are supposed to have 5 degrees tomorrow night, and So we are supposed to have minus 15 degrees Celsius tomorrow night with a high of 15 Fahrenheit, so minus 9.5 Celsius on the New Year's Day. So it won't be nice. And usually, if we have precipitation, when that happens, that means we have ice accumulation all over the place, and then the trees break and we lose power. So, at any time during the winter, if you see that I don't appear anymore, that means that I lost power and it's going to take a while. Oh, yes, it already started yesterday, actually, when the front started coming in. So you have to excuse me just a minute. I need to go blow my nose and put that spray in. I'm sorry, because I can barely talk. Yes, I know. You're adorable. You are. You know what? I think it was, well, it's my so-called cold allergies because I have very bad reactions. My nasal lining swells up when I'm in temperatures that are below freezing. And I went outside to check. I have an outdoors cat too that I'll probably have to bring inside tonight and tomorrow. So yeah, it's going to hit um, a lot of, I think like 2/3 of the United States. Bonjour, Mylène. Now, give me just a few minutes to tell for my French listeners. Donc, ce que j'ai dit jusqu'à présent dans ce live est que je suis très heureuse pour l'année qui est passée parce que même si j'ai eu un tas de problèmes de santé, mes animaux ont eu un tas de problèmes de santé. Euh, j'ai j'ai fait beaucoup plus que je m'avais proposé parce que j'ai cru que j'allais avoir jusqu'à la fin de la première année environ 2000 abonnés. Et il y a eu 7, 7 mois et j'ai déjà dépassé 3600. Et même avec tous les problèmes que j'ai eus, je suis beaucoup plus en avant que je m'avais proposé. Et j'ai expliqué comment je suis arrivée à ouvrir mon channel, mon YouTube. Et ce que j'ai fait pendant l'année, que j'ai voulu adresser une très large audience, même si la plupart de mon audience, c'est euh, des femmes qui sont entre 45 et 75 ans d'âge, mais j'ai voulu adresser les novices, les débutants dans l'argile polymérique, mais aussi les personnes qui sont un peu plus avancées et aussi les personnes qui sont euh, beaucoup plus avancées. Et j'essaie aussi faire un peu d'apprendre aux gens un peu de l'histoire de l'argile polymérique et tout ça. Et aussi que je veux adresser une range très large, pas seulement pour les personnes pour tout le monde qui est intéressé à faire des bijoux, à faire des sculptures, à faire un tas de choses. Et je vais parler plus de ce que je vais faire dans la nouvelle année la semaine prochaine, quand sera mon premier live de 2018. So, I just lost it. Yeah, one thing that I want to do, and I want to do real soon, and I don't think it's going to be a tutorial, it's going to be one of those watch me sculpt thing. I want to do a few cosplay pieces because I got honestly, I was watching a certain artist who late the work she has posted lately, and I was like, ah, that's so cool for cosplay. You know, I mean, my personal taste goes into more fine and more stylish and more small, more classy jewelry. And you know that the only times when I make bigger pieces is when I really need to show you something, and if I would make it small, you wouldn't be able to see what I'm doing. But well, yeah, because you will not believe that, but even people my age love cosplay. Us cosplayers are quite a bit. And then I also saw the latest because I updated. I'm a gamer. I think I said it before, and I'm not a Facebook games gamer. I'm a hardcore MMORPGs gamer, and I play mostly. Yes, I used to play World of Warcraft until 2000. Oh gosh, when did they? Until they did the Cataclysm and they completely revamped all the classes, and it became just a cookie cutter thing. And I played a whole bunch of games. At one point, I was a semi-professional beta tester for games. But lately, I've only been playing Guild Wars 2. And they have released some new series of skins. That's how they are called, all the way the armors look. And I did before because they have a showcase of the players' art creations, and I did before some computer graphic stuff. But I really want to do some stuff for as entries for some of their events things. So I think I'm going to do a few cosplay things. Oh, not and remember it's Guild Wars 2. I mean, I still play from time to time the regular Guild Wars, but I am more, and I really need to catch up because with the latest expansion, I didn't have time to play it at all. I didn't play properly since the Ring of Fire thing. Um, but yeah, and I hope one of these days, if I manage to get a little bit better at and get back to sculpting figurines, my main dream was always to be able to sculpt my Silvari necromancer. I actually have two necromancers, one I'm not gonna go into technical specifications, but one of my Silvari necromancers, I will actually put a photo if you want on my Facebook page, and I really, really want to sculpt her. She's one of my most stunning game characters, but I'm digressing again. Yeah, I want to make a few cosplay pieces, and as I said, maybe I'll do one of them as a tutorial, but the rest will be more of the watch me work. And I noticed that people actually do like to watch me work. When I posted the whatchamacallit, the video with me just making canes and beads for fun. I wasn't expecting to have so many people watching it and liking it. And actually, I was told that sometimes you don't even need narration and explanation, that people can actually learn from watching me doing stuff. So I think I might do more of that because it's less of a load on me, if I don't have to do narration and I don't have to do a lot of cutting. And I just speed up a little bit the video and put a music background, and then you can watch me doing stuff. This is it. This is, I'm not even going to mention all the unpleasant things that have happened with, I don't want to, it's past. Okay, if it happens again, I know how to deal with it. Hopefully it won't happen again. But let's look forward to, yeah, let's look forward to 2018. And I will try to make a video this afternoon and tomorrow, because initially I wanted to show you some of the pieces that I made, but then I thought it won't be as nice, and if I make just a, showcase video of some of my pieces and of the art beads that I made, it will be hopefully also help me at least put some more stuff in the image gallery on the website, if not to fully upload. But yeah, I have probably about 25 bracelets that need findings, and a total of probably about 40 bracelets that need photos and be uploaded on the website. I did manage to upload most of my earrings, so you can head on. And I have to remind you that today and tomorrow are the last days when you can purchase some of what I have left of my real gemstones and silver jewelry. After the first, I will put it back on the normal price. I might put it again on sale for Valentine's Day. But I don't know. I'll have to look. Oh, yeah. And one thing I can tell you, for January, we will do Valentine's Day stuff. And I hope you will love it. So look forward for my New Year's a gift to you for the Spirit of Winter color. And I shall see you live a week from now. Hopefully, no last power, and I'll be able to do the live. And then remember, tomorrow there will be no clay with me, but the next Sunday there will be. And I'll have to think what we are going to do. Probably move also to the Valentine's Day stuff. And I know January and February are the dullest months of the year, so I'll try to keep you entertained so you don't get into, cabin fever. So thank you so much for being here with me, and I am looking forward to seeing you in the new year and to do a whole bunch of good things. And look forward for the Spirit of Winter color and for the Teresa Barnes Tiger's Eye tutorial that she'll oversee me doing and demoing to you. So have a great New Year celebration, and thank you for being here with me. And this time I won't forget. Don't forget, you can become my sponsor and get all kinds of perks and tutorials and more live videos, live tutorials. Theoretically I should do them twice a month, but I actually do them once a week with my ladies and all kinds of good stuff. So. Uh, Thank you for being here with me. I wouldn't have done anything without you. And another thing why I need your help, everybody told me that they love that my videos don't have commercials. Yes, I do not monetize my channel. One of the things that irks me to no end is to watch a tutorial and then have a commercial cut in the middle of it. So help me keep my channel free of commercials. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful, wonderful new year, full of joy, full of health, full of happiness, and full of love. Happy New Year.